Welcome to this week's episode. In this episode, we talk to Helene Francise Philippe, a visual artist from Los Angeles. If you want to know more about the podcast, please follow us on Instagram at Creatives Podcast 2020. Enjoy the episode. Helene Francise Philippe is a Los Angeles-based artist. She was enrolled in Cal Arts and where she studied fine arts and animation. At the moment, she's working in creating a universe in virtual reality. Helene works out of the TechnoLatinx VR lab in downtown Los Angeles. Helene has her own gallery space called Honeymoon Gallery, located in downtown Los Angeles. Currently, she's raising funds to expand the gallery space. In this space, she hosts musical events and exhibits works of emerging artists. I would like to thank TechnoLatinx for allowing me to record the interview in their lab. Here is my interview with the artist. Well, thank you for agreeing, doing this interview with me.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Well, could you give me a little bit of background about yourself?
Just for anything.
Anything. Yeah, anything.
I am a artist born and raised in East Los Angeles, but I've moved around everywhere in LA, so all of LA has been a home for me, not one specific part, but I did originate in East LA, so that's where a lot of my roots come from and where my family resides. My immigrant side from Mexico resides there, so it has a very big impact on the work that I make and the people that I'm inspired by.
Oh, great, yeah. And what medium do you use to create your art?
My mediums range from mainly virtual reality to painting to textile, like fashion.
Oh, cool.
So those are my main ones that I like to focus on.
Could you describe your artwork? I feel like it's,
I would say it's like, I've gotten told that it's like neo-psychedelia because it's very colorful, but it's very modern at the same time because it's very influenced by modern incoming styles, and I'm heavily influenced by like technology, so I would like to say it's like art tech as well because I incorporate a lot of technology into it, especially with virtual reality. And with like more of my physical things, I incorporate like lights and anything that's like digital I would like to play with because it's modern. Yeah.
Cool. So in VR, what kind of work do you do? I know because I've seen it, but could you describe it?
I like to do a lot of planetary design. I'm heavily inspired by SciFi, science fiction. It's been something that's been there for me when no one else has. I find it very comforting and it makes me feel less alone because it's about stories of people who are very misunderstood or creatures that are very misunderstood. And I really relate to that, coming from an immigrant background. My mom always felt like an alien, and she used to joke about it a lot. She'd be like, "Oh, I'm just an alien. What do I know?" So it's something that I always grew up with her saying. So it kind of like influenced that. It reminded me of her a lot. And also being a mixed person, in East LA, being half black, half Mexican, there weren't a lot of mixed people. So my experience was very, very different. And I did feel like an alien a lot, not having anybody to really relate to with that experience, especially when I was younger. So I felt very alienated and I spent a lot of time alone. So I really connected with that. And because of that, I find creating these planets almost like a comfort that reminds me of where I'm going, but also incorporating where I'm coming from.
So what kind of sci-fi? Is it more film, literature?
Anything.
Interesting.
Anything that has to do with science fiction. It's like to me, it's like a what if. And that's something that I apply a lot to my life where I'm like, what if I go up to this person and I talk about this, what would happen? Kind of like science experiments. Okay. I see that's how I kind of exist with my life, where it's like a giant science experiment. So I'm like, what if I do this or what if I do that? It's just like experimenting. And that's another aspect that like also influences my art. So what was I saying? Yes, but science. Like anything science. The art of it inspires me a lot. I love the lights. I love the way that it catches my eye. I'm very connected to space as well. It's something that I love to study. So it's just kind of like everything that I love all in one.
Great, yeah. So are you going to school right now?
I was going to Cal Arts, but I recently dropped out because I have had the amazing opportunity to, well, a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
A lot of really cool opportunities with like virtual reality, doing more fashion design, styling jobs. Literally anything in the art field that I enjoy, I've been able to get an opportunity in, and being in school was something that was kind of not allowing me to get those opportunities, and those opportunities are kind of once in a lifetime compared to school. I could always go back to school, so I just made the decision to take a break from school and focus on becoming a working artist.
Oh, great. You told me that you have a gallery, actually.
Yes.
Could you talk about that?
Yes. So recently I met an amazing artist who she travels a lot, and she is actually going back to school at the moment, and she has a space. And when we met, we had a lot of things in common that we wanted to approach with our art, especially with community activism and incorporating the community into more art, especially the art that we both enjoy, which we're both really into, like cosmic art per se. So I told her a lot of the ideas that I have for a gallery that I would like to open up one day. And so she had an idea to have my gallery under her gallery. Oh, so cool. Whenever she travels or whenever she goes to work, I could use the gallery to host my events and like bring in artists that I really connect with. And so it would be under her gallery. So she's like kind of like helping me launch my gallery idea. And we're just supporting each other and just collaborating and just like overall just like having a good time.
Cool. So what kind of events do you have in the gallery?
We love to keep it like fun and fresh and interesting. Like me, I see a lot of artists that are doing things ahead of their time. Like I see it where I'm just like, no one else is doing it. I've seen a lot of stuff and no one is doing that. And they don't really know that, or they do know that, but they just don't have the confidence to like really push themselves out there yet. And I want to give them that push that they deserve, because that used to be me, where I was like, I think I'm doing something cool, but I don't know if it's cool enough. So that's what I want to do with them, where I'm like, here's a space that I was able to get for all of us to like just have fun and like boost each other up and just support each other. Like it's really, really cool seeing someone that had a show the weekend before supporting someone at their show, and that person supporting them at their show, and like we're all just like supporting each other and just having fun.
Yeah, it's great. You know, see you supporting other artists and seeing the greatness in others. I
like to do things that people did for me, because I know that I wouldn't be where I'm at if someone else didn't provide me with a gallery when I was at a young age, when I was barely trying. So I know what it's like. So it's just super, super cool to be able to provide that back. And it just helps the ride. It makes the ride a lot less lonely, and it makes it a lot more fun.
Great. So it's about creating community for you.
Yes, exactly. Especially because I didn't have that before. Like I said, I grew up mixed. I didn't know a lot of people that were like myself. So now that I'm growing up and I'm discovering who I am and who I want to be, I'm discovering those like super niche people that are the exact same way, that they're like, I know who I am, I know who I want to be. Where can I exist this way? So that's the people that I'm trying to find, and we're just like trying to come together. And like we joke a lot about like how we're all like aliens almost, because that's how we all bond, is having such a unique experience, that we're almost like finding our kind. And like we've said that like the gallery is like our planet, and like that's our space to exist, because people just exist the way that they want to exist there. And I've gotten a lot of amazing people telling me that they've never felt so like open to be themselves before coming to the space. And I told them like, this is for us to discover ourselves. Like I haven't fully discovered myself. I know there's a lot more, and I know a lot of us who haven't fully discovered ourselves. So it's a place to be and to be free, and ultimately just like exist and just like flow.
Wow. So I guess could I argue that your space is like a planet within itself?
Yes, we say that a lot. Like we're like, this is our planet. You can't like this is ours.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we all, yeah, this is our thing, and we're just happy to have a place, at least one place in this world that is so perfect for us.
Oh, that's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were showing me some of your art pieces earlier. Some of your textural stuff.
Thank you.
Could you describe that?
I kind of see my fashion as like, I see fashion as a uniform for life.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's what helps you like establish who you are at a glance. Like this is me, this is what I stand for. Mm-hmm. Like we have like decals on our shirts that say things. So I see it as a uniform. So like I see my clothes that I make, especially because it's made out of like vinyl, which is like a very sturdy plastic. It's kind of like armor in a way that I see it as. So I kind of go on that route of like what would a powerful person in my perspective like wear to help them go through their day-to-day lives and all the things that they have to endure and like to still be strong and like still like feel good and look good. And
oh, great. It's almost like a spacesuit, you would say.
yeah, like kind of like that, because like it has like the armor aspect.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
At Honeymoon Supply, that's my main account that has all of the literally any single thing I do. I've had people tell me like, they're like, what do you do exactly? And I'm like, I'm just escaping with my love for art. Like literally anything I want to do, I'm gonna put it there, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. So that if you definitely go there, then you're gonna see branches to like other of my accounts. Like, we have a collective in San Francisco that's doing really cool things out there, and then we have one in Tucson, and then we have a collective in Cincinnati that's doing really cool things and just having fun and doing their art thing. And then, and then the gallery you could see more about it there and other projects.
Well, thank you for
Thank you.
some of your time.
Thank you. Thank you.